Hey everybody, we are Crooked and we are live. What is going on, everybody? Hope you had a really awesome Monday. I am loving my book so far, and the reason why I am sharing this is number one, if you guys want to read it with me, and also I had a question on my Instagram post last night that I wanted to address, and it was in regards to my night routine. And I had put a post about, thank you. I put a post about like choosing things that are going to regulate your nervous system versus like activate and stimulate your nervous system, and choosing things as far as like choosing night routines that are going to help regulate your nervous system versus like create stimulation. And even if you are somebody that is understimulated and you seek things outside of yourself for stimulation that typically get you into trouble, you know what I'm talking about, then to find things that are going to help you have healthy ways of finding like stimulation. Like my last post that I did in salsa dancing, I said stimulation at its finest. So the whole point of this is like typically when I build people out their night routines, what's up, Anthony? And when I'm building people out their night routines, we really look at finding things that, number one, have nothing to do with electronics. Typically, I turn off my electronics by 9 o'clock unless I'm in like some type of an investment meeting where there's different time zones, or I'm going to go out salsa dancing because it was planned, which is like 2 nights out of the week. But if you're going to be building out, like as far as like your night routine, your night is going to impact how you are waking up in your morning. So if you are somebody that is waking up with almost like panic struck, I think I'm making up a word here, but if you're somebody that's waking up in the morning where you have a lot of anxiety, you got a lot of stress, and you're kind of like people that like jump out of bed and you're like, oh my gosh, and your hair is like this, and you're like, oh my gosh, like stressed out. We want to backtrack and figure out what you're doing right before you're going to bed, typically an hour before bed. When I'm working with people, it's about like 2 to 3 weeks to adjust into a night routine, morning routine. And you have to understand like your night and your morning are the times of the most critical, where it really impacts your subconscious state and how you are performing. Think about like your morning and your night is like the most vulnerable times. And then that in between time is like the sandwich of your performance. So, getting back to this, one of the books that I'm reading right now is Solve for Happy. It's Engineering Your Path to Joy. The part that my brain works, especially as a high achiever, is I kind of look at everything as like math, where it's like this puzzle. And what I'm really liking about this book is this guy works for Google X and he was like super successful. And I just read like the introduction, but he was talking about how he had reached all this success by a very early age, by like 29 years old. And he had this beautiful family, perfect family. And he was so driven as a high end achiever that he ended up looking for outside things thinking like the outside things, collecting that the next Rolls Royce, connecting, achieving like more money in the bank account was going to bring him happiness. And what he realized was the more that he achieved, the more miserable he had become. And that happiness is an internal state, not an external thing that you can buy and achieve. So this is a book that I am reading that maybe you guys want to read along with me, Solve for Happy. And it was just interesting where he was talking about like even amongst the chaos in the outer world, you can still find that inner part of happiness, and that it really is an inside job. So that's as far as like I was getting into the book. So I'm really excited to get into it. And the reason why I'm saying that is this book is something where it's a very smooth read. It's a very simple read, and getting off the electronics, having something as far as like journaling, reading something to pour more into your soul, into your spirit, into that is going to help you regulate your nervous system, allow you to get in this tranquil state of mind. You'll see, like, late at night, I'll be going to a yoga, or I'll do some nice reading, or I'll do some journaling. I'll light a candle. I'll put on some aromatherapy. I'll clean up my environment. But all these things allow me to have a successful night rest so that when I wake up in the morning, I wake up for the most part in a peaceful, calm state of energy so that I can then go ahead and have a successful morning routine. And then that will allow me to have a more successful, high performing day. And so I wanted to share that with you because it was a question that was asked last night when I had did this post about making sure that what you do at nighttime helps regulate your nervous system versus creating stimulation and chaos, because what we do right before bed impacts the quality of our sleep and the state of energy that we wake up in. And typically, if you are a high achiever, business owner, and entrepreneur, most of them are just very disrespectful for what they're doing the nighttime, the hour before the time that they're about to go into bed. And that is going to have a big part on programming your subconscious, which is going to impact your sleep performance and then ultimately impact the next 24 hours out of your day, because everything works in a cycle and in a system. So hopefully that made sense, and I answered the question that was brought into this story yesterday. And let me see if I can actually add that into here. Here we go. Boom. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm loving this. Okay. So in here, this is what it was said. Nighttime routine. How do I move this around? I guess I kind of can't. Oh, there we go. Okay. So it says solve for, no. Okay. I'm in the way, but nighttime routine align with your nervous system versus stimulating it. So that's what I put in there. And that was, I wish I would have known how to do that earlier, but now I know. So that's what that was about. And that's a book. You can even get that on the Amazon list that I have in there. And yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed that. And if you guys have any questions, just drop a comment below. If you want the book, make sure you click it in my Amazon, because now I have an Amazon cart, Amazon shop store with all of my favorite things that I absolutely love. You guys can now have that. And I'll just be adding to that cart just kind of like lifestyle stuff, because you guys are always asking about lifestyle stuff. So that's a book that I'm currently reading right here. I'm going to put the link below. And it also is in the link in my bio of all of my favorite books, all of my favorite snacks, all of my favorite like life hack stuff that everybody keeps asking me for. And typically I only share it with my clients, but now I'm sharing it with you guys because I've got my own link. So that is that. I hope you have a blessed night. And if you guys want anything specifically covered as far as like productivity hacks, but I will say the greatest productivity hacks are more about your habits and your behaviors, specifically your non-negotiable performance hacks of what you're doing. And that's about it. So I'm going to get ready for bed. And make sure you join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, where I'm going to be going live with one of my good friends, Sandy, at 2 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be having that live interview. And also know that for Labor Day special, we are going ham on this right now as far as like a Get Shit and It Done productivity schedule, where it just teaches you how to build out this amazing schedule where I teach you how to do what I was just talking about right now, morning, night routine, your DMOs, your SOPs of human performance, and really reevaluating what's important in your life, as I talked about in the live stream yesterday. So what's important in your life and how to really compartmentalize that. So that link is in the bio as well, but I'm also going to share it with you, which is tanyacoliver.com/get it done. And that is a very big special from now until Labor Day. So that's all. All right, you guys, I hope you have a blessed night, and I will see you later. Bye.